Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to episode 0 of what we will be calling our Stranded Soldier series and or mini-series, question mark. I'm not sure what we're going to do just yet. I'm thinking maybe a mini-series, but if it turns out everybody likes it and we see how we feel about it, we might turn this into a longer and bigger series. This will be our episode 0, though, so we're going to be going over some of the stuff that we will be trying to accomplish and things like that. As well as, the mods we're going to be using, our start set and everything. I'll probably get us started on the map as well in this episode, just go over our characters and stuff, and maybe a little bit of their backstory, so that sort of thing. So first things first, I'm going to start off with our mods. So we have Harmony here. So this is for the, it's just used by many mods, that sort of thing. It's kind of like the core, I believe, kind of thing. So we also have core, royalty, ideology all in this. We're going to have Hugs Lib. And so this is like a shared functionality thing, kind of the same as Harmony, I believe. We're going to have tilled soil, because I cannot stand waiting on crops to to grow normally. We're going to have wall lights, basically just a light on the wall because I enjoy them. Jex tools here. So I believe this one is also, I forget what these are for. Yeah, components like spell casting, things like that, weapon slots. I believe it's for like the simple sidearms mod. It's going to have Giddy Up Core, so we can ride animals. Going to have animal saddles, battle mounts. We're going to have the Ride and Roll. So this one's going to be colonists who are riding around like to do work and stuff on their own. Kind of keeping with that, we're going to have the Giddy Up Caravan. So we're also going to have basically animals in our caravans where we can ride them. Fahrenheit and Celsius, this one's self-explanatory. We're going to have Fahrenheit and Celsius because I am a filthy American using the, I think it's what, the imperial system of inches, feet, Fahrenheit, stuff like that. Natural paths, which will add a smorgasbord of natural paths we can use throughout our colonies. The allow tool. So it's kind of like a multi-tool where we can do like allow everything, haul everything. I think it may also do the haul urgently. I could be wrong about that. It does like unforbidding. Yeah, actually it has it hauled urgently here. Power Plus, Advanced Power Plus. So this is going to be like advanced turbines, solar power, stuff like that. Camera Plus, so we can get up close and personal in our colony. Kind of helps out and makes us feel more like we're part of it. Stuffed floors, so this is kind of so we can make like floors out of different things like wax and different types of flooring. And I believe the different types of wood flooring as well that we normally use, that I always use, I really enjoy. We also have pumpkins, just specifically to grow pumpkins. I wasn't originally going to use these, but I forgot and left them on, and I kind of like them. Dual wielding, of course, so we can dual wield specific weapons. We may have to work on this a little bit in the mod options. We'll have to see how the raids and stuff come to see if they're using like very large weapons, but we'll check it out. World map beautification. This just makes the actual planet look awesome compared to normal. Not that it looks bad normally, but it looks a lot better. We will also have simple sidearms. So like, say for example, if we have like a rifle or pistol or something, we can carry a knife, just like these two beautiful pawns here. Humanoid races, so this allows for like different races. For example, like elves, stuff like that to be added on. It's kind of like a framework thing. And then we get into the vanilla expanded. So we have a framework for it, which is kind of what I was explaining with this. We have vanilla furniture expanded. So this is security. This one's spacer furniture. This one is medical furniture. This one is just vanilla furniture expanded. Vanilla textures expanded. So these are all pretty self-explanatory. They just add on to things like medical furniture, spacer furniture, security, all that. Textures expanded give the animals and whatnot new textures. Vanilla Furniture Expanded Production Module. This one is also like, like right here, workstations, cabinets, stuff like that. Farming, so this gives us more things as well to do with farming, hydroponics, all that. Animal hide walls, so this is so we can actually make tents, kind of. It's kind of more pretend than anything when it comes to tents because you're basically just using leather to build walls, but it's kind of fun. Vanilla Bionics expansion, so this just adds numerous, bionics for certain body parts and whatnot. Armor racks, this will add racks for armor and weapons. Combat bionics, these are specific bionics that are used for combat, like I think it's like minigun arms, stuff like that. Recently had that in our Witch Hunter series as well. Vanilla factions expanded, so this one is insectoids. It's going to be quite important because this is going to be our storyteller. Now, I'm not exactly sure how this works. It does say, so they're led by an ancient insectoid queen. Um, so, allows you to take a fight to the insectoids. Yeah, you can actually attack them and stuff. So it gives them, like, bases and stuff. Even with this as our storyteller, I'm pretty sure we end up getting normal raids quite often, but we also, I believe, will get raided by them quite often as well, which with how we're going to have it set up, we will anyway. We also have RT fuses, and what this is for is when we have like a short, so when you have a short circuit, the fuse will take the brunt of the damage, and you just have to, fix it with the component instead of you losing all your power. Very useful in late game when you're really dependent on security such as turrets, and if your batteries go down, you're basically screwed. Ceilings and floor lamps. So this is just ceiling and floor lamps, just like it says. Vanilla embrasures. So this will add embrasures where we can actually shoot through the walls. If you're not familiar with embrasures, so basically it's I'm not sure what one looks like in real life, to be honest. I assume it's about the same as my imagination. It's just a hole in the wall, kind of, so you can take cover and you can shoot through it. You can walk through it, too, I think. It's very slow, or I could be wrong. You might not be able to walk through it at all. Regardless, you stand behind a wall and shoot at somebody. I left artillery gun in this. It's basically a mortar, except it's just really accurate compared to the mortar. Running gun I have on. I think I'm going to leave this on for us and possibly turn it off for other factions so we don't end up getting just completely wrecked when they're running away. I know that seems a little unfair, but it may make a little more sense when we get once we get started and I show you what we're starting with. Vanilla furniture expanded once again. This is the power module. I have all these out of order, I think. That's just power, right? Toolbox, so this is, yeah, it's basically kind of a core thing, I believe, so it's like reusable code. I think one of the mods requires it. Prepare carefully so we can set up our colonist, of course, ahead of time, which I've already done. Underground power conduits. I used this in the last series and realized how useful it is because I hate looking at power conduits, and so do the colonist, as far as I know. I think it's like a negative something for the beauty. SRTS expanded. I don't know if we'll actually get to use these, so it's like the ships and stuff that you can actually do. It's for like caravans and everything. I think you can actually use them to attack people as well, like you can actually ride in them. FCP makeshift rifles. So this is like the pipe rifles and stuff from Fallout. Really interesting. It just adds a lot of other weapons. Merc and Rebel outfits. This is also from Fallout, I believe. Yeah, Fallout 4. So it just adds a lot of armor and stuff from Rebels and Mercs and stuff. It's pretty interesting. We have the Dolphin Power Armor, which is absolutely beautiful. I've never actually got to use it yet, but it looks awesome. We have Starcrafter's Armory, which also adds a lot of weapons and armor from this mod pack. We have centralized climate control, which I continue adding to my series. I think the last 2 series or so, or maybe just the last one, I can't remember, but I've still never used it. I plan to use it in this one, actually use it. Then we have Days Matter. So Days Matter is just like we set up our own little holidays, and that's it. That's it for the mod list. That's why this is going to be a short series, not a lot of mods, not planning too much, just trying to survive and that sort of thing. If we end up liking it, I can always add more mods, so if you guys have ideas, but if you end up liking it, it can also obviously be a longer series. So, we do have a specific scenario set up here called Stranded Soldiers, and we'll get into this stuff here shortly. But the map is going to be scattered with 10 times ship chunks and 400 times steel, 7 survival meals. Not a big deal. So we're going to do that. We're going to have 2 people. They will, of course, have a 50% chance of having cryo sickness. We are going to do Empress Evil here. So Empress Evil does not believe in the concept of good. Driven by primal rage and savage instinct, it will force you to constantly be on your toes, throwing harder and harder tasks until you give up and perish. No good events can happen ever. So I'm going to do Blood and Dust with Empress Evil. We'll do Commitment Mode. Never played with this one before, the Storyteller. So I'm excited to see. I'm kind of scared, and that's why I also think this is going to be a mini-series. I think we're going to die very quickly. So, what we're going to do is I am going to do... I might do a Civil Outlander Union and Pirate Gangs, but I'm going to do... Oh, I guess we could do the Shattered Empire, couldn't we? That'd be a better idea. instead of a civil outlander. We could trade with the Shattered Empire. They're also pretty difficult to destroy, so I feel like they'd be the ones that are here, right? So we're going to have the insect hive, insect gene line, no mechanoid hive, because I mostly want to focus on pirates and insects in this. I know it's a little weird. And we're going to have, so Shattered Empire, the gene line, the hive, and the pirate gang. And I'm just going to randomize this. We'll go with grenade. So if you if you want to play along, we're playing on grenade. That should be good. Let's go ahead. I'm going to generate the planet. Yeah. So we will get this generated and find a beautiful place to crash land, and we'll check out our ideology and the characters that we're going to be playing with. So as you can see, it's basically populated with nothing but enemies except for the Shattered Empire, who, though nothing good can happen, I think we should still be able to get as traders, and that's kind of what I was planning on. I'm a fan of playing in the Temperate Forest. Isn't everybody, though? I guess everyone is, right? Makes more sense. I like the Boreal Forest and the Tundra, though, especially right now. As I'm recording this, it's still the end of December. I love the cold, man, so I'm thinking of going with a Boreal Forest. Just trying to see where we might want to land. I want to be able to trade with the Shattered Empire if need be, and if we want to, we could always attack this gene line, or whatever, the hive, I mean, not the gene line. So I think we're going to do a Boreal Forest. What's a good place to land? Here? That's fine. Okay, so it's not bothering anyone. So we're going to load the, I called this Ethics Marine LP. I don't know what I was doing with that. But that's what that's what the religion's called, and we'll take a look at it. So it's moral ethics. I didn't name any of this. So this is, we'll do the narrative. I'll read it here. I watched as an entertainment mogul courted favor with his rivals while leaving his enforcers to die on the battlefield. I vowed then to never be like him, knowing that your love for your friend only has meaning because you don't love your enemy. No one can argue with that. And then it's Loyalty Family by Chris Dusty Rhodes. I have no idea. I didn't look at any of this. We do have a spot for a leader and a moral guide. I'm not going to be focusing too much on the ideology in this, unfortunately. Although I do love it. Like I said, this is most likely going to be a short series, and I want to focus more on surviving. However, some of the stuff here, execution, of course, horrible if innocent, slavery's bad, pants and shirt for women, no organs. The only thing that's really different than your usual stuff is the insect meat. So they love insect meat, and I've done that because I want them to I want them to you know, be able to kill these insects and enjoy it. So I'm going to load the 2 Marines here. So we have Neril, and I do apologize. I want to say this. I know this is a terrible time to mention, but there's a dog barking outside at my neighbors, so I apologize for that. But we have Neril here, who is a wreckage explorer as a child, giving her +3 animals and +3 intellectual. She then was an army cook as an adult. So of course she is 35 with a chronological age of 122. I assume maybe she was in cryosleep. I'm not too sure. She does have a decent shooting, decent melee, decent construction, terrible mining, but has a burning passion. Great cooking, no plants. 8 animals with a burning passion, so we shouldn't have any issues there either with getting animals. Crafting, artistic, nothing. Intellectual has a burning passion, but a 4 in skill. Then we have Dog. Dog here is pretty interesting as well. He also must have been in cryosleep. He is 44 years old, but has a chronological age of 98. He was a child spy, funny enough, as a child, which gave him +4 social, but an intellectual of -2. He was an army scientist as an adult, so he researched for a planetary army. Were these 2 in the same army? Possibly, but there's no exact guarantee going by their colors. It is a bit odd because they are not wearing the same colors, nor is either of them wearing an actual military uniform other than a vest. I forgot about the traits here. I'm sorry. Let me go back to Neril real quick before we do Doc's traits. So Neril is a xenophile, so she does not... let's see, actually. Oh, she actually likes the, like, aliens, so like elves, stuff like that. So I was thinking that it was a xenophobe, but I forgot. She is also a careful shot. Dog here is sanguine, so is that how you pronounce it? Sanguine? He's just naturally upbeat, that sort of thing, right? So permanent mood effect of +12, and he's psychically dull, so he's basically not going to break because of anything like that. He actually has a prosthetic right eye and a stab scar on his right ear. His favorite color is green. Neril's is, I think that's brown. or like a brown gray. No relationships I've set up. I'm not going to worry about that currently. They both have flak vest on, and Neural actually has a gun link on their head, so that's pretty good. And they will be starting with charge rifles, 7 medicine, 800 steel, and I done the steel like this because I'm pretty sure the scattered that we mentioned in the original scenario creator isn't going to show up, so I'm doing this instead. Because normally if you use this with the prepare carefully, the other stuff doesn't show up for some reason. So, going to have 12 packaged survival meals. That'll be enough to do us for a short period of time. Going to have 800 steel and then 300 components. And that's all we're going to start with, and we're going to actually go ahead and get started in the area that we chose in the boreal forest. There's going to be no mountains. I kind of chose that on purpose. I'm pretty sure we chose no mountains, like a flat spot, fairly flat, because I didn't want to build in... Oh, the audio stuff isn't there. Or not the audio, the game start stuff. I'll insert that so we can actually look at it. I'll let you guys look at it while I set this up. It was supposed to show up on there. It could be because I'm using prepare carefully, though, I suppose. So we're going to get them both their charge rifles. I'm actually going to go ahead and allow everything, and we'll check out the map that we're starting with. So we do have a little bit of a mountainous area there. We do have some ruins, of course. Got some compacted steel. And we are starting in spring. I'm pretty sure we can grow right now, even though it is kind of cold outside. Got all kinds of wood. Trying to think of where a good base would be. So this is the part, I apologize, this is kind of boring, because we're not actually going to do any playing today other than me just kind of planning this out. It would be easier if I kind of built into this mountain here, I think. So we might do that a little. Just a little, not a lot. We could use this for heat, the chem fuel pond. Let's see. Let's start planning it out a little bit, right? I don't want to do too much, but I would like to plan it out just a tad. So I want to watch about that chem fuel pond because I don't want to. We might end up using that. Let me see. Let me see. So if we do this, I keep doing that, don't I? So if we do something like this for a, we could probably take it in one. We could do something like this for our kind of like a kitchen area, I think. I was thinking kind of like a kitchen area, possibly some smaller rooms. So like we could do that. So that's a decent size. That's a 3x4. Do I want to do that though? That's the thing. I don't know if I do. We might build them down here instead. So if I done that. That is not even, is it? That's okay. Let's do this. And this could be both of their rooms. So we could kind of build like a little kitchen area here and then have both their rooms here. And then what we could do is build a, how do we want to build a, probably build a storage room here, right? I'll have to remember I said all this. I'll forget what I wanted where. And then I'll kind of dig this out to even it up a little bit. So we keep storage here. This is going to be the kitchen, and here we could do this and have a, we could always fill this hole in if we needed to as well, the chem fuel pond. We could do our freezer here. I'll have to remember this. I think that's how we're going to plan it, though. Now, something else worth noting, though, is this. So we'll probably not end up mining all this. We're going to need to keep some of it, but we may build a wall here. I don't know if that's ideal, actually. It might be. I'm pretty sure they can, yeah, this is marsh, so they can walk through the marsh. So that's not that bad. We could use that marsh to our advantage. So say, for example, I hate doing straight walls, so we might just do this. And this isn't all going to be done in the first episode, right? So we could do something like this for the wall. And we could even kind of just bring it into this structure that's already here, and we'll work on it a little, but we could, because I kind of like the idea of incorporating like some ancient structure. We could do this, right? Kind of bring it in. I don't know. I'm not really trying to Trying to make it look all that great, if you couldn't tell. Gonna pull this in, though, like that. Is that what we want to do? Let's see. I know this is boring, but it's episode 0, and that is the whole purpose, is to talk about the boring stuff. So if they're going to be coming through the marsh, we could do this, right? Like right there, and then do a wall here. I don't know if that's a good idea. Possibly bring it here. That's probably a better idea. I mean, I don't mind this idea, but something we could do, kind of bring, so this would be like a embrasures, and these would be embrasures. This would be wall. The rest of this would be a wall, except for a few doors here and there to get in and out. So if we do something like this, I'm actually going to bring it up one. So if we do something like this, they're going to be forced to walk through the marsh. And I think that's a good idea, because if they're walking through the marsh, then they're going to be slowed. We could have turrets here, and we could even be shooting from here and trying to hit them while they're coming through the marsh. So I think that's a good idea. This could obviously change with time, but that's kind of what I wanted to do for this little episode 0. We're going to try to get everything going next episode, try to get this built, cut down some trees and whatnot. I think there is also steel. I think that steel did end up, yeah, it spawned on the map. We got a lot of steel. Not a big deal, though. We're not starting with a lot of food or anything, so I think it kind of compensates. I mean, it's a lot, but I'm going to give it to myself and let that be it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this small little video to kind of, it's not really that small, it's kind of going on, but to kind of understand what our plans are and stuff so far. It's just going to be a quick mini-series as far as I want to go with it right now. If you guys end up liking it, we can of course extend it for however long everyone enjoys. If you guys are new here and you're seeing this video, I hope you like, subscribe, stick around, man, stick around. We're going to try to do some good stuff with this series and in the future with any series, and you know, we're going to try to have a lot of fun. I will probably be posting these videos probably once a week, just because of my work schedule and everything around the holidays right now. It's very difficult to try and keep up with a demanding video schedule, so probably once a week, maybe twice a week if I can manage, but as of right now, that's the idea, is just once a week. Idea as far as the characters, though, of course I want to try and develop the characters. Maybe they even develop a relationship, or we meet other people that join us that develop a relationship. Who knows? But we want to develop them out and flesh out the characters quite a bit. But as far as just the series, I don't have any big plans. Just surviving, honestly, if need be, or if we want to, if we get to the point where we can. I just have a bad fear that we're going to be trying to survive, and we're just going to keep getting struck by large raids of insects and stuff like that. So I expect that's probably what's going to happen. We're just going to be trying to fight for our lives. But if for any reason we do manage to get on top, I would like to try and attack one of these hives here. I think that'd be really fun. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Please stay tuned for the next episode. It'll most likely be coming out next week. Sometime, I don't know what days I'm going to try and start uploading them, but it will be coming out, where we start playing as Doc and Nero, our 2 stranded soldiers on this desolate RimWorld. Thank you guys so much, though. Have a wonderful day, and as always, I love you guys. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.